You would agree with me that the technology space is beginning to see lots of companies emerge virtually every day. People are coming up with innovative technology solutions. Existing companies are finding ways to scale their business operations. The need to be able to retain users, acquire users, and find ways to generate revenue for a company has bettered the need for growth product managers. So growth product managers are basically responsible for finding a way to get more users, retain users, and in general grow the revenue of an organization. I will indeed say that growth product management is actually the new wave of product management. And that is going to be my focus of today's discussion. I'll be taking a deep dive into what growth product management is all about. So stay tuned. And welcome to Product Thinking with Sean. Anybody can go to bed and wake up the next morning with the next technology idea, hire software engineers and get them to build a product. The hard part is not actually building software or technology solutions. The hard part is actually getting people to use them. Adoption now becomes the really hard part. Permit me to read a quote by Peter Thiel from his book 0 to 1, and he made this statement in that book. He said, most businesses get 0 distribution channels to work. Poor sales rather than bad products is the most common cause of failure. If you can get just 1 distribution channel to work, you will have a great business. If you try for several but don't nail one, you are finished. So you see that building a software solution is not the problem. It's actually getting people to use the product, getting people to pay for the product that becomes the problem. Now this is where growth product managers play a very vital role in a technology company. Growth product managers will generally carry out experiments, study user behavior, do a lot of market research, and incorporate what users really need into the product in order to be able to drive adoption of the product. Growth product managers, are also people that make data-driven decisions to be able to scale a business and scale the adoption of a product in general. So a major difference between a core product manager and a growth product manager is the fact that the core product manager is having their focus on the user. So their focus is trying to find ways to make the product better for the users and trying to meet user needs in general. But the growth product manager is thinking of how to scale the product for the business, finding ways to make sure that at the end of the day the product is generating more revenue and generating more value for the business. So while the core product manager is thinking so much about the users, the growth product manager is probably thinking so much about the business. So it's the duty of the core product manager to get the product to the shelf, and it might be the duty of the growth product manager to get the product off the shelf. So one of the skill sets of a growth product manager is the ability to be able to effectively onboard users. So as a growth product manager, you're watching the user journey of how they try to sign up to the application, and you try to remove impediments to the sign up process. So let's say the sign up process to be able to get to a major call to action on your application might take 5 steps. The growth product manager is most likely going to be monitoring all the click-throughs and churn rates of the users, see where users drop off and see where users interact more with the application. So when the growth product manager finds out that users are probably dropping off at a particular point, it's the duty of that growth product manager to carry out research, probably interview users, and just figure out or find out why users are dropping off at that particular point, and they also try to remove impediments of the adoption of that particular user. So that's one of the skill sets of the growth product manager, the ability to be able to remove impediments while trying to onboard users to an application. Another skill set of the growth product manager, or another skill set that the growth product manager is going to need, is the ability to be able to communicate effectively. And this is going to be both written and verbal communication. So you need to be able to message users and say the right thing and at the right time. So when you notice that users are dropping off at a particular point, you want to be able to send them some sort of messaging. And there are different initiatives that the growth product manager will probably be carrying out. This could include email messaging, this could include push notification at certain points, this could include reminder notification telling the users to continue their process. I'm sure you must have seen things like that, right? So initiatives like that are most times carried out by the growth product manager. And another reason why I say communication is a very important skill set of the growth product manager is the fact that as a growth product manager, in a lot of organizations, you will find yourself getting to work with other product managers on their products. So the structure that a lot of organizations have is that a core product manager is probably managing a product or an initiative within an organization, and you are going to have a growth product manager interacting with different core product manager and interacting with different core product managers and finding ways to ensure that the individual products within the organization is growing. So you're going to find out that as a growth PM, you're interacting with lots of PMs or core PMs within your organization. You're probably going to be interacting with lots of engineers, interacting with the data scientists to be able to analyze their data. So communication is a very, very important skill set of a growth product manager. So user engagement and retention is another very, very important skill set of the growth product manager. You have to find a way to be able to engage with users and also find ways to be able to retain users. There are different ways this can be done. You can actually study the product of a competitor to see the way they are retaining their users. You might be interacting with users on a day-to-day basis to find out their pain points. You might also be carrying out lots of research. You might be doing things like carrying out A/B testing. The focus of today's discussion is not to talk about A/B testing, but you can probably read up about it. You might need to carry out A/B testing to find out what users will most likely want to work with. So the ability to be able to engage with users and retain users is a very, very important skill set of a growth product manager. Growth product manager, it's also important that you are able to interpret data. So interpreting data and data visualization is a very, very important skill set of a growth product manager. This is because most of the initiative you'll be carrying out as a growth product manager has to be data driven. You're going to find yourself working very closely with your data team if your organization has one. So the ability to be able to interpret data visualization, and most likely presenting your data to stakeholder is a very, very important skill set of growth product managers. There are lots of resources you can study out there just to get a hang of how data and data visualization work, because this is something that you most likely be doing every day as a growth product manager. One of the major activities of the growth product manager is the fact that you have to build a growth plan for your organization, and the growth plan that you're going to be building should be matching what the business objective of your organization is. So if your organization is looking to grow their user base by, let's say, 300% by the end of an annual year, then your growth plan should be focused on making sure that you are accomplishing that goal. So while a core PM is probably building a PRD, a product requirement documentation, as a growth product manager, you should be building a growth plan, some sort of growth plan documentation. And in your growth plan documentation, you could include the initiatives for adopting users. This could be referral programs on your product. This could be initiatives like providing some sort of incentive to users. There are different ways you could try to retain or adopt users. I think I've written an article on this before, ways to be able to retain users within your application. I'm going to drop the link to the article in this video. So your growth plan should always contain the initiatives that you want to come up with, and these initiatives are this initiative will be driving your daily activities as a growth product manager. Another major activity you're going to find yourself carrying out on a daily basis as a growth product manager is probably carrying out A/B tests. So you need to be able to carry out A/B tests to see what changes need to be made to your application, and your A/B testing is going to help guide what design changes needs to be made both to the UI and to the UX. The focus of today's discussion is not around A/B testing. You could probably read up about it, or I could probably talk about A/B testing in a different video. So carrying out A/B tests is one of the major activities of growth product manager. Engaging with the community, engaging with your customers, engaging with your users is another major activity of a growth product manager. So you are probably going to be engaging with your users by sending out marketing campaigns to them, sending out some sort of messaging or push notifications to them. In some organizations, you are going to see growth product managers are the ones that make major announcements or major releases of the application to the public. You'll see them talking about the product on LinkedIn, talking about it on Twitter, sort of what advocates do. So the advocacy position for some organization is actually carried out by growth product managers. In some cases, you see that growth product managers respond to the comments of people about their products online. So as a growth product manager, you should be engaging with the community. You should keep tabs on what people are talking about your product online, on the Play Store, responding to them and giving users some form of context online. So as a growth product manager, really, you have to be out there. You can't just walk in silo or just work within your cubicle. You have to be out there advocating for your product and evangelizing your product, and also responding to what people are saying about your product. The growth product manager should also understand the life cycle of their product and also come up with ways to be able to optimize the product, come up with best practices for the product. So the growth product manager should be at the center of those activities. So all I'm saying is that the growth product manager should just find ways to be able to retain users, adopt users, and also generate revenue for the organization. Thanks for following today's video. I hope you're able to learn a thing or two from today's video. Please feel free to like, comment, and share this video to your network. It could probably be helpful for someone. Growth product manager is an emerging career path in today's tech world, and they are earning very big bucks, as it were. And I would love to dedicate today's video to my dad. I lost my dad about 2 weeks ago. My dad is a major reason why I'm in tech today. My dad introduced me to programming as early as I think 19 or 17. I was coding before I went to the university, and when I finished from the university, I decided to pursue a career in tech, and all thanks to my dad. So thanks, and see you in the next episode. Bye.